Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a UDES 16. It's a tier 9 Swedish medium tank located on North Spawn at Fisherman's Bay under the command of Picklefish44. Game started. Now this is one of the new mediums that were brought out for the Swedish line. It's rather interesting because it's actually got quite an angled front. It looks in some ways like the Swedish wedges, but it's actually a medium tank. It does have the ability to kneel to actually get better gun depression, high pneumatic suspension, but it's merely the armour really that's very good because it's so well angled that a lot of shots will just bounce off. Now it's got a 105mm gun, and well, on this moment in the screen it's not showing. There you go, that's better. It's capable of 390 alpha and penetration of 234 with standard APCR, and with premium 263. Is that correct? Yep, it's slightly more, but only just. And you can see the Picklefish is using the bushes on the west side of the map to get spots on the enemy. Now, unlike the wedges, which have to actually turn the entire body of the tank, because this one's got a turret, it can actually position the body in one position and look in a completely different one. I saw a Chi-Ri. As I say, shells hit the armour at a very shallow angle. They'll just bounce off. Puts one into the Baras, pulls back immediately to avoid being shot at. Yes, he was seen. Don't pull out in front of the bushes just yet. Yep, somebody tried. They tried a shot. Now the armour's very thin. Very thin indeed, but because of the angle of the armour, you need at least more than 90mm to pen, because if I remember correctly, it's is it 30mm or 40mm? I think it's 40mm armour, so 90mm gun is just not going to get through. But anything more than 90mm, say a 122 or a 120, yeah, that's probably going to pen straight away, auto pen. When he got one shot into the Chi-Ri. Is he going to poke out again? He probably will. And he did. And unfortunately for him, that's the end of his game. He bounced around from a T28 prototype. And you can see it hit the angled armor and literally just ricocheted off. It's auto ricochet. 90mm round from the T28. Just couldn't get through. Okay. Well, he's got a couple of good spotters, the Super Hellcat and T20, but that P43 or Peter, as Quickie Baby calls it, has made a bit of a mistake, I think, going forward like that, because he's more than likely going to make himself a target. Got one shot into the T28 prototype, but can't guarantee. Oh, he's pushing the wreck out. That might give us another chance to get a hit on him. Unfortunately, the shell whizzes past his turret just to one side, and there's a return shot, so somebody up there is still firing at him. That's better. He's got no shots on the guy. Oh, he has got a shot on the T20 in the centre. I'm surprised at that. Low roll, but it was a hit. And that T20 is now very low on hit points. And he's gone. But he got the T71, or did he get the C71? No, that was the AMX-30 on the enemy team. So there's somebody up this way more than that T28 who's now got behind the wreck. Whilst we were using the bush mechanic, we couldn't see clearly, but now we can. We can probably get around. Oh, it didn't penetrate the bustle at the rear, and we bounced around from a Super Hellcat with his 90mm gun. Just couldn't get through the armour again. Can't see where that shell went, but it definitely hit something which bounced off. There's the Progetto. T28 still there, but he's not going to be there for long if he does that. And it's another hit, but it's a low roll, and the T28 Pro goes down to the Peter. I'm surprised that Peter's actually still there. Now we'll poke our nose out. Oh, AMX 1357 now. The Murder Kitten. Well, the enemy appears to be blocking our guys on the city side, and I had the feeling that Picklefish has decided that our guys seem to have this side under control, with the Super Hellcat up front, the ISU-152 and T-25 behind to stop any further movement up, plus of course that Strip 1030. So it looks like he's actually now going to go over to the east side of the map and see if he can help out over here. Got a number of enemy heavies. One of them's moved up, it's an IS-6. Tier 8 Premium. Oh, we lose the Pantera. Right, now, is there going to be anybody in the centre? There might be. Let's just going to have a quick look, I think. Let's see, because we might be able to get shots on these. Yes, there is someone here. Challenger didn't see us, and now he's paid for it. High roll 450. Challenger, well, he's trying to escape, and he's going to get another round up his posterior. Yep, and well, that's 410. That's a high roll as well. Can we get the finishing shot? Almost. Long reload. Yeah, got it. 8.79 seconds is not bad for a 105mm gun, but it's still a bit long. He tries another shot into that Progetto, but he's pulled back. And I think Picklefish is doing the same, because obviously he knows that's an auto-reloader rather. Peter's still facing off against that AMX 1357, and I have the sneaking feeling that Picklefish now is trying to outflank the Progetto. See if he can get around. He's going to come up. Oh, driving into a wall. Can so easy happen when you're in third person. I know it looks clumsy, but the thing is, even the Super Unicums do it. They drive into walls as well. Well, no further action from that Progetto. He could go across the way, see where he's got to. He might get shots, and the Super Hellcats join the AMX 1357 now, and that means that Peter is in danger. But nice shot, tracking shot on the Super Hellcat. He goes down, taken out by our Super Hellcat. And there's the Progetto. And it looks like he's not paying attention to us. He should be, and we fluffed the shot. It went into the wreck, and we took a round from the auto reloader. Might get one more round into him. Yes! And a high roll at that. Progetto pulled away, but we might be able to get another one in. And again he gets... Oh, he got drilled in the rear there from a 110, and he's blocked on the building. So he's got behind this building to protect him from the 110, but... Well, that Progetto's still there. Might be able to back up and get a shot into his side. Took a round. It didn't bounce. Unfortunately, he put it into the right place, which is the lower plate. And he's got 460 of our hit points, which now puts us down to 591. So, only 35% of health left. Picklefish is backing up. He doesn't want more. Oh! We just bounced around from a Waffenträger auf Panzer IV. And it came in sideways. You can see there. Actually went through sideways. He tried to get a last retreating shot on the Progetto. So we now know there's a Waffenträger on the west side of the map. And we've lost the Peter, by the way. And we also lost the Striv 1030. The one good thing is that we've got rid of that 110. He's going to go down here and see if he can catch up with this Emil, who's trying to kill our Striv. Actually, I thought the Striv was killed, but he's actually still alive, but he's facing off against this Emil, and he probably won't survive. He's low on hit points. Picklefish is dodging around the buildings, but will he still be... No, he's gone. Okay, so Emil next. Puts one into his ass. Just get behind him, stay behind him. Oh, no, drove too far past there. Gives the Emil a second chance to shoot, but there you go. He's out the game. Okay, so 4 kills, and potentially must have the high caliber 9 now. Just over 5k of damage. Or 5091. Looks like the enemy is pushing on the west side of the map as well. Yes, there's the Waffenträger. He's up with the Super Hellcat, and they're getting close to that ISU 152. And we lose the ISU 152, so now we are in a bit of a problem, because the enemy does have 4 against 2, And we're being followed by the Progetto who chased us. And well, put one into him. But we're going to have to deal with him before we can deal with the others. Otherwise, if we try to drive over to the west side of the map, we are going to get taken out from behind. So it looks like Picklefish is just going to drive straight in, take out this Progetto, auto-aimed onto him, no problem. 105. Oh, here's the AMX! I wonder where he'd gone. He's trying to unload his magazine into us, but there you go. Go back to the garage. 57mm gun is no match for 105, I'm afraid. Even if you can fire multiple rounds, and oh, that means we're on our own now, but it's 1 versus 1 against the Waffenträger. The enemies did lose their super Hellcat, but us against the Waffle, I think the best thing to do would actually be for Picklefish to stay somewhere near the center line and wait for the Waffle to start capping. If he starts capping, then he'll be able to pick him off from either the east side or the west side without even being seen. And that will get a nice little defender medal, and he can win the game. But as it stands at this moment, it looks like he's going to cap on the enemy end, and I don't think that's a smart move. He hasn't got the hit points to take a shot from that Waffle. If he gets one shot into this vehicle, that's it, it's all over. So I think he's making a bit of a boo-boo here. The ideal situation with a tank like this is to take up a position where you wait for the enemy to start capping and then force them to go out and sit in the open, because the north spawn on Fisherman's Bay, the north cap rather, is really open. Very, very open indeed. And instead what he's doing is he's inviting the Waffenträger to come back and reset the cap. And I'm sorry, but the Waffle does have the speed to get here, and he can easily take out a UDES 16. Very thin armor, not going to stand up to a 128mm gun. Of course, that Waffle might have the 15cm, but of course we know he has the 128 because he actually bounced the round off us. And he does know that he's a one-shot as well. He knows it. He shouldn't be capping if he knows he's a one-shot. The others are checking in chat, saying how much health does the Waffle have. He might have a lot of health actually, we don't know. It's one of the things that Wargaming took out when they made some recent changes. You don't know how much hit points the enemy has unless the tank that actually was killed by him tells you. Used to have the health circles on the target. Well, 20 seconds left, and I'm pretty sure that... There he is! He's coming! Just get behind the rock. Stay behind the rock. Don't try and come out. Yeah, he tried to come out. And the Waffle had the ability to take him out with one shot. I'm sorry, but that was a bit of a boo-boo. Yep. It's a loss, and let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was an ace tanker for Picklefish 44 in the UDES 16. It's his first ace tanker in this vehicle, but sadly it was a defeat. He got a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a duelist for killing 2 tanks that damaged him in the game, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 10 in total. And he also picked up a couple of battle hero medals. He got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. But yes, I think he fluffed up the ending there. 8,952 was the win rate, which is Super Unicum standard, but he could have won that if he forced the Waffle to cap instead. 5,926 hit points of damage. He beat the Emil 2 on the enemy team, who had 5459, so very close between those two players. The next high score was the MX30 with 2964, and their Waffle only had 2698. When it came to kills, again he had the highest number with 6 kills. The highest on the enemy team was 5 kills, followed by 4 for the Waffle. And when it came to base XP, yes, it's the Emil that managed to get the highest amount, 1,244. And then we've got Picklefish with 921 and their 110 with 877. He fired 23 rounds, got 19 direct hits, 18 penetrations, damage of 5,926 hit points, of which 2,253 were at more than 300 meters. He received 16 hits from the enemy, 6 penetrations, 10 non-penetrations. It just shows you that the armor is so well angled that a lot of shots just bounce over, but I'm afraid when that projectile was actually shooting rounds at him, he was able to put it into the lower plate, which meant obviously those shots went straight through because the armor's just too thin. 1,920 hit points of damage blocked by armor. Those are the rounds that bounced off. 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 6 killed, and 1,040 base hit points of damage assistance or spotting assist. On premium count, he earned 74,487 credits, and after personal reserve of 37,244 and courageous resistance of 5,832, you get a total of 117,563. And after repair and ammunition resupply, took away a profit of 78,736 credits. He got 2 bonds, one for the high caliber, one for the top gun, and 1,381 XP, 759 for courageous resistance, 2,140 for personal reserves, and 4,281 experience points altogether. So unfortunately this one was a bit of a loss, a painful loss as he says in the end, because he could so easily have won that game if only he forced the Waffenträger to cap instead. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.